When it comes to coaching football, I feel like I started coaching not for football, but for the boys, you know, the young men. When I first played football, I hated the sport, you know, but I realized that it was more about the community that you built on the team and less about, you know, the sport.
Start that rep at the same time. Set, go.
I was a sophomore, you know, playing varsity football. I wasn't, you know, starting at the time, but I was playing, you know. And I remember basketball season was about to roll around, and I was like, you know, maybe I want to play a little basketball this year. And I had a coach, Coach Bruick. If we wanted to quit to go pursue other sports, then we would have to come talk to him one-on-one. So he was like real personal. He's like, if you want to quit, you ain't gonna quit over a text. You're not gonna quit over an email. You're gonna come talk to me and tell me why. We walked in and he looked at us up and down and was like, get out. I was like, what do you mean get out? He's like, do you really think you're gonna quit? If you quit now, you're gonna quit for the rest of your life. You know, what he's trying to do for you is something way bigger than football. Trying to teach me to persevere even though I wasn't getting exactly what I wanted.
Have fun and compete. It's going to be a hard day. We're going to have a hard day today. But if you persevere, we're going to see the results on Friday, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, hard work on three. 1, 2, 3.
Hard work!
Football did something that the other sports couldn't. It gave me, you know, another family. My freshman year, we went to Opelousas, Louisiana. I feel like that completely shifted what I thought was my purpose. Went out there and had the time of my life with that group of people. You know, just the community that they were able to build in a place that didn't seem like it had much. So it was kind of like what I grew up in. You know, there was a deficit in diversity, you know, so the lack of representation was you know, prevalent in my eyes, and I was like, we need this, you know, we need more diversity in teaching, or else the students that, you know, don't look like the teacher, you know, the students that don't have the same thought process as the teacher, or, you know, the same mannerisms as a teacher, they don't really get the full effect of, you know, building community in the school to be able to engage. So I felt like I could be somebody who bridged the gap. That trip kind of honed everything in for me. And then after that, it was just like, I was gung-ho when we came back. I was like, okay, now my math major is now a math major / teaching certificate. You know, I need to get that in order to be able to get in these classrooms so that we can have that representation. You know, I get the satisfaction from it every year where I have a kid that, you know, shows up to my class and like, hey, I don't have any, you know, black male teachers. I barely have any male teachers, but the fact that you are both black and male is like, this is pretty cool. This is my second year coaching football at Alton. First year was under Eric Dickerson, and that was a great year. Ultimately, they are the goal. You know, wins and losses, that's what a lot of coaches like to, you know, say is success, but getting your boys out of the situations that they feel are, you know, rough is my goal, and it's ultimately our team's goal is to invest in these boys so that they understand that there are better things, you know, in terms of their life ahead of them instead of what they're going through right now. You know, that's ultimately why I love football, is, you know, that brotherhood that we were able to, you know, to make from just strangers, you know, strangers that you probably wouldn't have known unless you played football. You know, the guys that you meet on the team that you're like, hey, I've seen you in the hallway before, but I've never talked to you. Now I get to engage with somebody who's not like me. We don't have very many similarities, but ultimately we come together for a common goal. And if you can do that on the field, then you can do that in the community. So the fact that we were able to create that bond is special.
You have to pick up the intensity, fellas. Yes, sir. You have to. Okay?
I mean, just being able to be in that classroom with those kids or be on the field with those kids and forming those relationships is just amazing, regardless of football or math. You know, just forming those relationships with those kids so that they know they don't just have their family, but they have us.